Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at JPO for the finale of the season. The last match for the season, the final of the Nations Cup between Jamaica and Eastern Caribbean. Apologies, just getting on live. Some technical difficulties, but nevertheless, we're here. Kudos to the production team to getting everything sorted out so we're still able to stream. Rochi, good morning.
Good morning, Omar, and good morning to all of our viewers all over the world. Good afternoon, my apologies. It's been a long one. We managed to get everything up and going here, and we should be in for a treat. Jamaica versus the Eastern Caribbean. Jamaica, the two-time defending champions, and the Eastern Caribbean with a new sprightly team. It's a really good shot there by Sunil. It hits the fence, goes all the way for 4. Really good shot there by Sunil. Yeah, Sunil, he's been in good form. Didn't get much runs yesterday. And young Antoine Eiffel, he's been promoted to the top of the order. He's coming off 2 pretty good knocks. One yesterday of about 22. And prior to that, he got 50-odd the previous week. So the captain, giving a promotion today in order.
Yes, I think it's a good move. Very good move. Should give him much more opportunity to score with the field up. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. And that Sunil swings after that one, and it takes the top edge. Can't set field for those. Bowler looks a bit disappointed, but I think he should take that as a moral victory if there's ever such a thing. But 4 runs to Sunil. Aggressive bowling from Romario Edwards, and equally aggressive from Sunil up to the challenge. We're in for a good one today. The intent is shown clearly from Sunil. He's going to use up the power play, as he normally does. Edwards looking to close this over out. Now 9 runs from it so far. And he goes to Sunil. Pitches up that one into his pads. No run there. And that's the end of the over. Productive one for Eastern Caribbean. The first over was bowled by Dunker. I think he'll come back for a second one here. But so far, we're 15 without loss at the end of 2 overs.
Yeah, fairly decent start to this one on both sides, the bat and the ball. I wonder if the promotion for young Eiffel is due to the unavailability of Brian Corbin. I'm not sure if he's in the 11 today. Oh, okay. Seems as if he is in the 11, so just a change in plans today for the Eastern Caribbean team. Romeo Dunker, he's been in good bowling form of late, and he'll look to restrict the batting opposition for sure in these early overs.
Yes, very experienced bowler. Swings the ball. One of the few left-hand seamers we have on island. He comes to Antoine Eiffel now, and that one's back pitch. Little soft hands there, back to the bowler. Dot delivery. Single taken there to get Sunil back on strike. Antoine, a very aggressive runner between the wickets. You'll get a lot of that from him. Exuberant of youth, they say. Dunker to Sunil now. Slow delivery and he's bowled. Slow delivery from Dunker. Took the pace right off of that one. Sunil early into the shot and a cannon into the leg stump. And the first wicket goes. Romeo Dunker with the experience he has. Still went full, but this time he took the pace off the ball. We saw what Sunil did the previous over with Romario bowling very quick. Sunil using the pace of the ball to his advantage, but this time Romeo Dunker took the pace right off the ball and he was beaten for lack of pace. Into the leg stump it went and he's bowled. And in comes Brian Corbin, who opened with Sunil yesterday. With the promotion of Antoine, allowed him to bat number 3. In other leagues, he's batted number 3 and it's proven to be a good move. Scored a lot of his runs there this season. But batting at number 3, they always say it's like opening the batting. Early wicket goes. And Jamaica getting the first wicket of the game. If you're just tuning in, we're here at the JPO. Beautiful JPO in the beautiful Cayman Islands. Best country in the world. Yes, I said it. The best country in the world. We can play cricket right round the year. But this is the last game of the season. The final of the Nations Cup. Jamaica just taking the first wicket of the game. So in comes Dunker to Brian Corbin for first delivery. That was back pitch and he tries to run that one. Risky shot there. But dot delivery as he does a little bit of a jig to try and get warm. Get himself going. Good cricketer. Very aggressive batsman. This is going to be a good contest. In comes Dunker to Brian Corbin again, and he delivers. And that was a short delivery, a very good bouncer there. Very well played, but good gas there from Deuce. That was a quick delivery. Brian swayed out the way very comfortably though. Well directed short ball. Another dot delivery. Good use of the short ball there.
Yeah, I'm sure that Brian would have probably looked to hook or pull that one, but given the circumstances, losing that early wicket, he decided not to play that shot. There is some motion behind the arm there of the bowler. There's someone taking a walk on the outfield, around the end of the outfield. They're not sure why he would choose now to walk out there, but I guess he missed his morning walk. Really good spell here being bowled by Romeo Dunker so far. He's looking good.
See a change in field as Romeo looks to close out this one. Long on going back, fine leg coming up. In comes Dunker, full delivery. Well played by Brian Corbin. Negotiated that one very well. Dot delivery, very good over for Jamaica. They've gotten the wicket of Sunil in that over. Good start for Jamaica. But I'm sure this one is far from over. A lot of batting to come for the Eastern Caribbean team. They just need to get some momentum going in this innings. But 20 overs is a long way to go, Roach.
Yeah, yesterday it took a special inning by Vic Danny Ram for them to get over the line. And they won't want to leave it too late against this Jamaica team. The pitch is very, very good for batting. It is a batsman's paradise. So I would like to believe that the Jamaica team will be looking to restrict the Eastern Caribbean team to maybe around 150. And the Eastern Caribbean will be looking for a score about 180 on this wicket. The conditions are fantastic for batting. It's not too hot outside today. Not too much sun out. But it's not overcast or anything, so great for batting. So the Jamaica team, they're going to want to make sure that they can restrict this Eastern Caribbean total as much as they can.
Edwards to Antoine. Full delivery. That one's driven. Very well played. Only a single though. But Antoine looking very composed. Gets Brian on strike. Face Romario. Romario has been bowling very well this entire tournament. He looks to probably get a wicket here. Bowls very well against Brian Corbin. Got him out a few times. In comes Romario to Corbin as he advances a short delivery. And what would the signal from the umpire be here? He advanced down the track on a wide signal, but a good short delivery. Brian Corbin advancing. It's good to see Romario bowl the bouncer. He has in his arsenal. Doesn't normally bowl it, but very good to see a bit of aggression from him.
Yeah, Edwards usually pitches it up looking for a bit of swing, trying to get the nick, but there seems to be a clear plan here when bowling to Brian Corbin today. A lot of short deliveries bowled at him. I think I've seen more short deliveries bowled at him today than I've seen in maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks. And that one is driven to mid-on for a single, an easy single there.
Yes, changing tactics now to Antoine. Left-hander back on strike. But clearly, it looks like Brian Corbin is looking to advance to Romario as he knows that he pitches up the ball more often than not. Always looks to attack the stump, so he's trying to negotiate the wicket-taking delivery from him. In comes Romario to Antoine. Up and delivers. And that's a short delivery. Wide down the leg side and sloppy piece of keeping there by the wicket keeper allows them to run through for a wide. There's 2 wides there. Young Antoine missing out there. There's nobody at backward square. That entire region is vacant, Roach. I know you in your days would have smoked that to the baseball field.
A loud appeal there, but not given by umpire Young. Leg by is signaled now. Yeah, I mean, the short deliveries that I've seen so far this morning, nothing really in this pitch to trouble the batsmen per se, but it seems as if they're taking the conservative approach this morning and not trying to give their hands away and probably waiting on some of the other weaker bowlers to come on to bowl. But yeah, definitely with no deep backward square on the boundary, those short deliveries really should be put away, especially by top order batsmen. But the game has changed a little bit, and I would imagine that the Eastern Caribbean team, they're going to want to be much more conservative than they were yesterday. Yesterday they had to play really well to win that one against the Asian All-Stars. Took a really special knock by Vic, as I said. But what's interesting to see this morning is that there's a very, very stiff breeze coming across the ground. And I don't know if that is affecting the deliveries from a swing standpoint. I haven't seen much out there. But it would be interesting to see what the Jamaica team discussed before the game in regards to their plans. It looks like a flyer. Some sort of insect in Corbin's eye line there. So the bowler unfortunately sent back. A bit tough for those tall pace bowlers to get up to the crease and then be sent back. But as an opening batsman, I know sometimes that is a tactic that we use to break the rhythm of the fast bowler. So let's see if Corbin was just trying to do that and see if he can pounce on something that's going to be loose here. And that one is pitched up and driven through the onside. They should at least come back for 2, but in the end, only 1. I think that's another point that I pointed out yesterday with young Eiffel at the crease. He runs well, but he needs someone who can run with him. And having Sunil and Brian Corbin, I don't want to say that they're old, but a little bit older than he is, and not as sprightly. So it's difficult for the young man to get twos and turn ones into twos with having those guys as partners. But surprisingly, Vic and him ran very well yesterday between the wickets. That one is very well played. Straight to the fielder, though. And that brings us to the end of the over. And young Eiffel looking good so far. Timing the ball well. Hitting them straight to the fielders, but doing very, very well so far. His role in this team is to simply bat through the innings and have everybody else bat around him. Umpires for today, by the way, Leon Watson coming to stand now. And his partner today, Mr. Courtney Young. Both ICC level 3 umpires. And fairly decent umpires in their own right. And this will be Dunker to continue. He's bowling 3 on the trot here. Very, very interesting tactic. That one played into the offside and no run. The field very well set here. And nothing really happening in the game. It does seem to be a little bit of a bore at the moment. Usually in the power play it's very exciting, lots of boundaries, but the Jamaica team, they've managed to restrict the Eastern Caribbean team today. Omar, tell me, what do you think about this game so far? How do you think it's going to play out?
Yes, early days still, but as you rightly pointed out, the power play usually brings a lot of boundaries. That speaks how well this Jamaica team is bowling right now. Dunker getting 3 on the trot. Captain Paul being very aggressive. I don't mind the tactic, to be honest, with the amount of bowlers that they have. And Brian Corbin's cut that one, and it's a misfield. Looks like Davian got a hand to it, and the batsman come for 2. Interesting delivery board there. Field definitely not set for that. But maybe this might be a little change, shifting momentum. Good shot from Brian Corbin. Dunker getting the ball to swing a lot. So I think Captain Paul decided to give him 3 with the amount of fast bowlers he has in his team. Still has Damar Johnson to bowl. You have Sheldon Crawford to bowl. So I don't mind the ploy by Captain Paul. But Dunker very experienced and right now containing the Eastern Caribbean team. Doing a good job for Jamaica so far. Very economical, and of course he picked up the wicket of the dangerous Sunil. In he goes to Brian Corbin. A slow delivery again. Well read from Corbin. He didn't go through the shot. Saw it, has placed it. Tickled it to the short fine leg region. Picking up a signal.
Yeah, Brian Corbin is a seasoned campaigner, and he would have picked up that slower delivery from last week. It was very obvious. Not really a hidden delivery. I think, to be fair to Sunil, he saw it, he just missed it. And, that is part and parcel of this game. But in comes Duncan now, and he's bowling to young Eiffel. And that one is short. And Eiffel not able to get any bat on that one. I think if he got any bat on it, would have flown away over the slip probably. Don't think he would have been in full control. But a good offer nonetheless. And Dunker is bowling a pretty decent spell here. He's probably going to complete his 3 overs for 9 runs, which is fantastic in this type of format of the game. And he bowls them for 10. So Dunker completes what I think will be his first spell. 3 overs, 10 runs, 1 wicket. That is fantastic bowling in the power play.
Yes. So five overs bowled. Sheldon now taking off his hat. He'll replace Romario. Sheldon in the recent Mark 60 bowled very well. Impressed a lot. Good cricketer. Sure, he looked to impose himself on this game. Young Eiffel still there. Last over the power play. Given the way that Eastern Caribbean approached the game yesterday, batting-wise, they'll rely heavily on their middle order to get the bulk of the runs. I'm sure they're taking the more conservative approach with having a lot of wickets in hand towards the end, outside the power play when there's more fielders back. The opening spell from Jamaica was fantastic. But in comes Sheldon Crawford to bowl the last over of the power play. And he goes to Antoine. Short delivery outside. He tucks that one to the cover fielder. And it's a no ball. He seemed to be having a no ball problem in this tournament. His back leg tends to drag the side crease there. Good call from umpire Courtney Young, Mr. ICC himself. Currently training a new crop of umpires. Here comes Sheldon. Free hit to Antoine. Let's see what he can do with this. And he goes to Antoine. Antoine swings and only able to get a single off of it. I would have liked him to see go more cross back with that one. And if he missed and he got bowled, he still would have been there. But the feel that they had, I think he should definitely look to go leg side. No more than leg side boundary. But still learning his craft. Good result for Jamaica there.
Yeah, Jamaica getting away with it a bit here. Crawford, he tends to go for a bit of runs. He starts off there with a no ball, and the umpires have been watching his foot hit that return crease on many occasions. He doesn't believe that he touches it, but he does touch it quite consistently. And if you keep an eye on the game while he's bowling, I'm pretty sure that you'll see he gets very, very close to that line, tries to create an angle when bowling to the batters. And in he comes now. He's bowling to Brian Corbin. And that one is pitched up and driven straight back. He's changed his run up a bit now. He's getting much closer to the stumps, is young Sheldon. But I would imagine that Corbin, he's going to look to up the ante soon. He's on 5 from 11 deliveries. Antoine there on 7 from 11. So not a dash by any means. And as I said it, Brian Corbin, he was going to up the ante. He was going to try something. That's the way he plays. And he's bowled by Sheldon. He will be disappointed. Not many runs in the last 2 days for Brian Corbin. As a matter of fact, the last 3 innings he's played, not much for him out there. And that brings the end of Brian Corbin. It's now bringing Alistair Eiffel to the crease. So it's going to be a father and son combination. Some people can only dream of this happening. And the interesting thing is that even at the age of 48 or 49, the older Eiffel, number 27, he is just as quick between wickets as his son.
Stuff of dreams, stuff of dreams. Batting with your dad in a final. I've seen the two of them bat together this tournament, and they run very well between the wickets. Ali, very experienced. He'll pick up the odd boundary here and there, but look out for the run in between the wicket. He normally does that to get his innings going. And he has a very famous saying. He's imparted his knowledge on me as well. The single isn't necessary at long or long off. It's right there in the 30-yard circle. So I'm sure he's going to capitalize on those fielders on the ring. He's going to play it soft hands. Even though they're walking it, I'm sure they won't be able to stop it. But well bowled from Sheldon. Jamaica applied the pressure. Attacking the stumps. In comes Sheldon to Ali for his first delivery. Full delivery down the leg side. We can keep it forced up, make some meal of it, but no extra run taken there from the batting side. But yes, Brian Corbin playing across a full one there, Rochi. I think he should have went straight back down the ground with that one. Or just block it.
Yeah, I knew that Corbin was going to try and up the ante. Being on 5 runs from 11 deliveries, he would have wanted to feel one off the middle of the bat and to the boundary. I am a bit worried about Romaine Foster here. He doesn't seem to collect anything cleanly, really. And unfortunately, I would say that, you know, he needs to work on his glove work a bit. That's Foster, but yeah, Brian looking to play an aggressive across the line shot and nothing happening for him.
That's a couple of low scores for him. Won't necessarily say it's a good delivery that has been getting him out. Something that I'm sure he'd be well aware of. And as batsmen, we pride ourselves on that, you know, especially given situations in the game. But literally handing the opposition your wicket is a no-no. By the end of the season, it's a very long season though, Rochi. A lot of cricket played this year. I mean, the cricketers wanted it. Yeah, normally it doesn't last this long, but, you know, we had some weather issues. You know, we had some weekends where we had to call off play. But it's good to see that everybody's still excited. Here comes Sheldon Crawford, Talia Eiffel. Loud appeal from Sheldon Crawford. Not out signals. Umpire Young. An end of a productive over for Jamaica. A wicket there of Brian Corbin.
I mean, it has been a very long season, but interestingly enough, although the season has been long, it's actually been less games than traditionally played in the past. I think that's probably mainly due to the fact that the Smith Road Oval is under construction at this time in regards to the pitch situation there. And next season, once the pitch is back up and running and in good working condition, I think that we'll be able to get into much more cricket than we did this year. We didn't really get in any 40 over or 50 over competitions this year, and that's something that will probably come back next year. And of course, we're going to have a more localized franchise competition coming up next year, and starting in January. So the idea really is to play more cricket and make the best use of the time while still giving everybody an opportunity to have a little bit of an off season towards the latter part of the year. Probably getting some more fun cricket, getting corporate companies interested in playing some time to have some fun while playing some matches as well. And just to update you, this is Adrian Wright. He's bowling from the proposed school end. He's bowling some off breaks, or I should say, he's more so bowling with an off break action. Not necessarily turning them much, but I always used to say when I was bowling, it's the one that turns that gets you. They're mostly straight. So he does bowl a very, very good line and length, though. His height assists him greatly with that. And he's a seasoned campaigner now. Not quite the young stickman that we all knew him as. But he will be difficult to score off of. That one is a little bit short. Well played there by young Eiffel. It goes out to deep backward square, and they jog through for 2. As I said, these two, they run very, very, very well between wickets. I'm not sure what they're doing there at home, but whatever they do, they should keep on doing it.
That's Adrian, and he goes to Eiffel, Antoine Eiffel to be exact. That one played to short. We get to Paul Manning, Captain Paul Manning, one of the most successful captains in Cayman. Has just recently passed his level 3 umpiring course, and most recent person to in the Cayman Islands to get that certification. Congratulations to him. That one is a wide. In comes Adrian to Antoine. He plays that one to long on for a single. Down to Raquel Walker. And that's the end of the over. This time I want to pay special tribute and make mention of the late Coach Andy Miles, who we did lose a weekend of, to pay our respects to him. Somebody that has coached even myself and my commentator Ricardo. Still remember those days. He took us through the basics, still playing the game that, he taught us very well. May his soul rest in peace, and special shout out to his family. We're with you still. And it's very, very humbling to see that, a lot of the players that he has coached still playing this game.
Yeah. I always used to say that Coach Andy used to treat us like his kids, And I'm sure that sometimes his kids would even say that he treated us better than them. But he's surely missed. I miss seeing him around the ground and asking me what's going on. I think that in his own way, he made us bowl many, many overs some evenings trying to hit his stumps. He used to put some money on top of his stumps, and he used to say, whenever you can hit that, then you're ready. I think all of us eventually did end up hitting it, but I don't know if we ever got any money for it. But it was a different type of lesson to be learnt. And he did pass on many other lessons, life lessons, that still with me to this day. Eastern Caribbean here, just edging along. Just on 41 for 2. Overs taken away. It probably will take another special innings here by Vic Daddy Ram to push these guys up to where they want to be. And in comes Crawford. He's bowling to young Eiffel, and Eiffel plays that one into the offside. It looks like they're going to get one for it, 1 run. Jamaica won't mind this at all. No boundaries, just a few ones. Antoine, he's there on 13 from 17. His dad, Alistair, he's there on 3 from 5. And nobody really bullying the bowling here. Sheldon, he'll be glad because in the last few weeks he has taken some stick. But not doing too badly now. That one very well played there by Eiffel. Driven out towards cover. The fielder has some work to do, and he does well. And they come back for 2. Very well played there by Alistair Eiffel. I just want to remind you, you're watching the Nations Cup final live here from the Jimmy Powell Oval in West Bay, Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands. It's a long weekend here. Tomorrow is a holiday, public holiday. So there won't be any cricket. Go down to the beach and enjoy yourselves. Be safe. That one hit up in the air by Eiffel. The fielder running around. Is he going to get there? Really good piece of fielding there by McInnes on the boundary. He prevents what would have been a 4 and restricts the batsman to only 2 runs. And umpire Young not having to raise his hands much or stretch them out much during this inning so far. He won't mind that. That'll keep him fresher. But Eastern Caribbean need to get a move on here.
I think that they should be aiming to get to close to a run ball by 10. And the last 10 overs with wickets in hand, I'm sure they looked up the ante. That one is hit down the ground by Eiffel. Romario runs in, he dives, he takes a lovely catch at long off. Excellent catch from Romario Edwards there. Ali hitting straight down the ground. Romario looked to see it a bit late, but he's still committed to taking the catch. A lovely catch from him. Partnership broken. And it's going to take something special from the middle order of this Eastern Caribbean team if they're going to put up a good total. Very well taken there from Edwards. And the second wicket for Sheldon Crawford. Bowling very well today. And in comes now the captain of the Eastern Caribbean team, the aggressor from yesterday, Vikram. You'll need to do something special again today. Pick his moments well and look to get a good score for Eastern Caribbean. But yes, Roach, 8 overs gone now. And 3 down, 46 for 3.
Yeah, always going to be a lot of pressure on this Eastern Caribbean team, given what has transpired so far. And I would imagine now that Danny Ram, he's going to have to play another special inning. It looked like he's changed the bat again. I think yesterday he was using an SS, today he's using a Green X. And he is a man of many bats, and he'll want to translate those bats into runs today. I feel he's still at the crease. And it looks like the captain, Paul Manning here, he's changed his mind and he's changing the bowling right away. He's bringing DeMar Johnson into the attack. Adrian Wright, also known as Stickman, he was coming to take the ball, but a change in mind. Perhaps trying to slip in an over or two here by Johnson. And Danny Ram, as I said yesterday, he batted the SS bat. Today he's into Green X. Not sure what the change would have been. If I had a bat that was hitting the way that one did yesterday, it would be very, very difficult for me to change it. But when you're a man of many bats, you can make changes anytime.
Yes, I think that change is tactical again, given the fact that Vic is very, very, very prolific against spin. Scores a lot of runs against them. So I think not a bad change from Paul Manning. Very tactical, as I said. Now, Antoine, sure, you look to carry on and try and keep this innings together. Here comes DeMar Johnson to Antoine Eiffel. Full delivery, drives that one. Very well played. Misfield from Stickman. That would have been close. Will it turn for 2? Going for a second. Risky run there. No, all went ends well. Good throw from Stickman. But Eiffel definitely making it in. 2 runs to him. Yes, not much boundaries, not much action here happening for the Eastern Caribbean team. But we've seen scoring rate pick up many a time. So in comes DeMar to Eiffel, and he plays that one off his pads. I'm sure he looked to run 2 there. Davian caught a very good fielder. He bubbles that one, but there's always going to be 2 runs. Very well played from Antoine.
Yeah, Eiffel turning it over nicely here. He knows his role is to be the anchor man, play the ball into the gaps and run hard. Vic will run his runs for him as well. So he knows that once he gets the ball in the gap, he'll pick up some 2s, possibly a 3 here and there. But I must admit, Omar, I am impressed with the development of young Eiffel. I know that he played some cricket in Guyana before coming here, but he has been developing well, and he will be one for the future, definitely. I think that some of the new things that are probably going in place next season will also assist his development, and if he works hard in the off season, he should be walking into any team batting at 1, 2, or 3.
Top edge, the 2 fielders looking at each other. Dino commits it, and he's dropped it. He's dropped it. That definitely should have been a wicketkeeper's catch, but he didn't seem to want any part of it as well. Man with the gloves should have run aggressively for that, but they pick up 2 runs there.
Yeah, as I said earlier, very, very shaky is Foster. I'm not sure what Foster was thinking there. That one was really near to him. If you look at where he's standing right now and where that ball landed, it should have been a keeper's catch. But as I said, I'm not impressed with Foster. He's bobbled them a lot. Doesn't seem to be too assured behind the wicket. And that's probably why he let that one go and asked McInnes to get under it and attempt catching that one. But definitely a keeper's catch.
Vic facing his first delivery now from the Mar. Created an opportunity just now. But in he comes to Vic. First delivery. He walks across. He plays that one with a angled bat. And he picks up a single off the mark. End of the over. There was a chance created there in that over. Not taken from the Jamaica team. Even though they would prefer to get out Vic Antoine, given the chance there. He batted very well with Vic yesterday. Changing ends for Adrian Wright. Bowling from the pavilion end now. More likely to look to encourage Vic to hit into the breeze.
Yeah, very clever move here by Captain Paul Manning. Recognizing that there's a stiff breeze coming across the ground, and it's going to force Danny Ram now to hit the off spinner into the breeze, so he'll have to hit them well in order to score.
Full delivery. Vic missing that one. Going for the sweep shot. And he's out LBW. Big wicket. Big wicket. Man in form. Full delivery. And that was a poor shot in context of the game. I don't understand that shot. But Jamaica will take it. Very well bowled by Stickman. Stickman didn't want to give him the length to sweep. And even though he wasn't there, Vic still went through with it. And he misses that one. Full on the stumps. Back leg and he goes.
Yeah, that brings the end of Vic Dadiram. He played a special inning yesterday. He's obviously complaining about that decision. Doesn't think he was out. But I know as a batsman, we're never out. So I don't know what happened there. But at the end of the day, that brings the end of Vic Daniram, the danger man. He goes and to the crease now. That looks to be Andre Scott, also known as Muddo. That Muddo at the crease there. Muddo, he's very, very short of runs. I haven't seen him score in about 8 innings so far. So he's due. I always say when you're a great player, in my time, form temporary, class is permanent. There's always a big one around the corner. So let's see if one is there for Muddo. I wonder if that one was edged. Put down by put down by the wicket keeper. But Muddo, he's going to be looking for some runs here. And that one is driven, and he's off the mark. Very, very good there. But now the game is definitely going to be different now for Eastern Caribbean. They now have to reassess and think about where they're going to get their runs from. They need to probably try to get to about 150 and see if they can now put some pressure on this Jamaica team. It's going to be a little bit more difficult now.
Stickman pick up a lot of man of the match awards for Cayman, showing his experience. Big match player, out in the big player for Eastern Caribbean. Clearly using his experience there, not giving him any room to free his hands. A lot of work to do from the Eastern Caribbean team now. Their top order, the most prolific run scorers are back in the shed. Going to need something special from Muddo. I've seen him win a game for Westby already, hitting boundaries all around the ground. I'd like to see him get some runs today. It's due. Goes back to an arm ball from Adrian. And Eastern Caribbean in a lot of trouble now. A full delivery. Adrian using his experience again. Pulling the left back. Outside off stump. Then attacking leg stump. What a delivery. It wasn't nothing special. But using his variations and playing with the batsman mind there. Attacking the stumps now. Antoine going on his back foot. Opening up on that one. Cannons into leg stump. Very well bowled from him. Eastern Caribbean in a lot of trouble now. Still batting to come.
Very, very poor shot there by young Eiffel. He would have been at the crease now for quite some time, and a delivery like that really shouldn't get him out. But cricket, as I say, is a funny old game. And to the crease now is Jermaine Lewis. A delivery, stock delivery there by Stickman. As I said, he doesn't turn them. So when you go back onto the back foot there, you have to keep your eyes on it and play with a straight bat all the same. He came across that one a bit and it bowled him in the end. But he will learn. A good shot there by Muddo. He picks up 2. He moves on to 3 now. That's very good there by Muddo. He's going to need to play an absolute blind of an inning here to have, for Eastern Caribbean to have any chance in this one. They're 56 for 5 after 10.
Yes, Muddo trains a lot. One of my training partners, Rochi. We're here many evenings doing a lot of range hitting, running between the wickets. I'd really like for him to get some runs today, close off the season with some runs. I'm sure Eastern Caribbean would definitely appreciate if he does that. In comes DeMar to him. And that one, inside edge. And they come through for a single. New batsman is going to be on strike now, Lewis. Lewis, who has 100 in Cayman. Very aggressive batsman. First ball he played yesterday was crunched over, come up for 4.
Muddo and Lewis now at the crease. Apparently these two score a lot of runs. Not sure when they last scored any, but I think that Eastern Caribbean will take anything that they can get from them today. I can only speak for what I've seen so far, and Muddo and Lewis now at the crease. 2 men hungry for runs. That's very well played there by Lewis, driven out towards deep cover. Very well played. But I would like to say, I hope that although Muddo seems to be a very good trainer, he trains a lot. He needs to change those training runs into match runs. Otherwise, they don't really matter. That one played down the leg side there by Lewis. They get 1. Yeah, Muddo and Lewis, they'll be looking to get all the runs they can. they'll need a special cameo today. I saw some throwdowns being done by. I saw some throwdowns being done earlier by by Andre, also known as Motto. He was doing some throwdowns. He didn't look too bad. And he right now he's on 4 from 4. That's 4 more than I've seen him score all season so far. So let's hope that he can push on here and get some runs. And in comes Johnson, and that one played off the edge into the offside. And they get one.
More feeling there from the captain. Will they turn for two? Yes, good running from Muddo. Very aggressive runner as well. Push through as well. Very well backed up from Sheldon Crawford. They sneak 2 runs there off of the misfield. Stickman not amused. But right now the projected score is 116. I don't think that's nowhere near enough against this powerful Jamaica batting lineup. In comes Stickman to Lewis. Arm ball again. That was definitely a single there to be taken. Muddo on the back foot. But it takes 2 to run the single, they say. So in the end, and no run taken. Adrian bowling very well.
Muddo needs to come off the bat here. He needs to be aggressive in his running and look for a single. But as you can see, he's not even leaving the crease. And Lewis, he plays that one straight back to Stickman. Stickman bowling like he's in the Smith Road Oval nets at the moment. That one driven the offside. Could be run out, not out. Signaled by umpire Young. Good single there taken in the end. Yeah, Muddo, I understand that many people say he's a decent batsman. And the runs for this season definitely not showing that. But he may be just in a dry patch. All batsmen go through those. Some take longer to come out than others. And some never come out.
Another over there. That's Stickman. Another good over for Jamaica. This game is lacking boundaries though, and it's only going to get harder. Romario Edwards, change of ends for him. Aggressive from Captain Paul. He knows he has a lot of resources, and the pressure is on the Eastern Caribbean right now. I'm sure he's trying to prize out another wicket here. Projected score for Eastern Caribbean is 114. Definitely not good enough. Definitely need to see something special here.
Yeah, I guess.
Once it's straight back down the ground from Mado. Feeling down there long on Asia. Look to pick it up a bit late. On strike. At least these two batsmen here are showing a bit of intent. Andre Scott going at a runner ball right now. Lewis facing 8 deliveries, 7 runs. Just getting to the crease. 12.1 overs bowled. But very good bowling from this Jamaica team. I was having some conversation around the ground yesterday, and it was very evident that for the Eastern Caribbean team to win this game, it would have to be their batting. They have a good batting lineup themselves, but given the power of this Jamaica team, they played very well yesterday to beat the Cayman Islands. They hit off 138 without loss in a shortened game in 13 overs. So more experience is definitely on the Eastern Caribbean team. And it'll be a different opposite to this innings where the Eastern Caribbean team has a lot of spinners. And it comes Romario to Mado. And Mado plays that one over cover point, goes down to the boundary. Pete Johnson picks up that one, bowls it in. 2 runs to Mado. Very interesting here, Rochi. I could tell you a fun fact right now. Did you know that Mado is batting Romario Edwards' bat?
Can you imagine getting beaten by your own bat from another person? It's very, very interesting. Maybe that's why he's getting some runs today. This is the most I've seen him score. And up to now, it's not doing bad there.
The shot there from Mado. Square cut there. Raquel Walker gives chase. 2 runs to him. No boundaries, but they're picking up a lot of twos. Another over there. Interesting to see if Sigma will finish his spell now. Yes, he's given the ball. But yes, interesting. You know, I say a lot of times it's cricket community. We're all close knit. We're all friends. You can't get more friendlier than that. To lend your friend his bat and he beats you with it.
Yeah. Adrian Wright, he's going to continue now from the pavilion end, and he's going to be bowling to Jermaine Lewis. And Lewis will be anxious to get some runs here. Did play a lovely drive to get off the mark yesterday, but was not really under any pressure. A lot more pressure on today. And that one driven into the offside. They run for a single straight to Paul. And Paul is caught napping. And that's one run. Oh, they didn't run a run there.
Risky single there. Direct hit there. Would have seen the end of Lewis. Soaking up a lot of dot balls there. And a single taken that wasn't really on. He would have been gone. Good effort from Romario. Very good feeler. He took a spectacular catch early on. I'm sure he would have loved to get a run or get some points for man of the match. Wasn't to be, but Eastern Caribbean needing some boundaries here. Adrian Wright, again using his experience. He's bowling outside the off stump to Mado. If he gets straight, I can tell you he'll be out the ground. Gives that one on into the leg side. Raquel Walker gives chase, picks up. They're definitely not going to run two to him. And straight to the keeper. Left hand, right hand combination seems to be working well right now for the Eastern Caribbean. 13.5 overs. Adrian Wright picking up the very most important wicket of Vic Danaram. Adrian to complete his spell now into Lewis. And Lewis plays that one off the back foot tentatively. And that's the end of a wonderful spell from him. 4 overs, 14 runs, 2 wickets. Using experience, big match play. I've mentioned he picked up a lot of man in the match for Cayman Islands. Didn't play yesterday, into the side for the finals today. Top spell from him. I'm sure his partners, his teammates will be very happy for that. Good contribution from him. Damar Johnson back into the attack. Drawing Mado forward. Frauds forward. Forward defensive into the offside. Takes a single. $76 for 5. Eastern Caribbean. Jamaica in full control. Projected score down to 110. Let's see if they could even get an edge for 4. Damar to Lewis. And he comes, full delivery, and he edges that one down to third man to Sheldon Crawford. I called for edge for 4, but unfortunately for the batsman, he's found one of the better fielders in the Jamaica side. Comfortable catch there from Sheldon. Wicket goes. DeMar picking up a wicket there into his third over. And the pressure is definitely on the Eastern Caribbean. We'll hope to see if they can get some magic here. Ram Logan, left-hander again. Left-hander plays left-hander. Ram Logan to the crease. Very experienced batsman. Not really know much for his boundary then, but he can run very well between the wickets. And Jamaica team not really having any leg spinners either. Mostly fast bowlers. The two spinners that normally operate for them, we have three spinners. Adrian finishing his spell. You have Paul Manning to bowl. I thought he would bowl today. You have Codner as well. But the pace bowlers doing a good job.
So Ram Logan to the crease now. Comes originally from Trinidad and Tobago via Cayman Brack to Grand Cayman. So he's been flown in for this weekend. Let's see if it was worth the ticket price. And Ram Logan now, he will be facing up to DeMar Johnson, and in comes Johnson to Logan. To Ram Logan. Ram Logan punches this one into the offside. And Manning just can't seem to get it together in the field.
Into the offside there. Single taken from Andre. That's 5 runs over. Jamaica from the start of this innings has pretty much been in control. Mark to Ram Logan. He goes, delivers, full delivery. Ram Logan tickles that one off his legs. Dino runs round to square leg region, picks that one up, limiting them to 1 run. Damar now to deliver to Andre. 2 delivers left in the over. Full delivery. And he runs down the wicket. Where is he running going? If that had hit, he would have been gone.
And now, muddled there, he would have been run out by quite some distance. And as Omar has alluded to, he is a training man, and it looks like he needs to do a bit more practice running between the wickets. But after 15 overs now, the score 81 for 6. A lot of pressure here now on the Eastern Caribbean team. They'll be definitely looking to see where they can pick up some more runs. They were depending on the likes of Vic Daniram to help them. A lot of pressure here now on However, not an ideal situation for them, but we'd like to hope and believe that going forward they'll be able to get some more runs on the board. And it's Codner now. He's into the attack and he's bowling to Muddo. Muddo, he's close there with his batting pad close together. And one single, another one. 35 deliveries left here. They'll probably try to see if they can get around 50 or 60 runs. If they get that, they'll feel like they have a fighting chance in this innings, but I'm not sure they'll get to that. I think that if they get to 120, they'll find themselves lucky. Just a reminder, this pitch, very, very easy to bat on. And no devils in it. In comes Codner, he's bowling to Ram Logan. That one is short and should have been put away. And Ram Logan can only find the fielder, Paul Mann, in the offside. Codner getting away with it again there. That one should have been pounded. A rank long hop, and that one is pulled down the ground. Picked up by Dino McInnes and thrown in there. But very, very good start here by Codner. Just 3 runs so far. Not a bad inning so far here. The Jamaica team, they'll be very, very happy with this. Another single there into the offside. Oh, sorry, no single taken. So Ram Logan struggling to get the ball away. Muddo, he's on 16 from 17 deliveries. And Ram Logan, he's on 4 from 5. And Codner continues. Another short delivery. And they can only find the field, misfield there by Romario Edwards. They run 1. Probably shouldn't have gotten any. And 1 delivery left in this Davion Codner over. This will bring us to the end of over number 16 just in a minute. Let's see if Muddo looks for a boundary. And he hits that one straight. He hits that one hard. Goes 1 bounce to the fielder. And that brings us to the end of the over.
Yes. As the game moves along, not much exciting in the batting innings, but that's down to some very good bowling from the Jamaica team. Just a reminder, this is a final game of the season. And right now, Jamaica seems to be the favorites. The projected score again goes down further. Projected score for Eastern Caribbean is 108 runs. I haven't seen, or they haven't been able to get even into the 7 runs or over region. Very tight bowling from the Jamaica team. And Damar Johnson to bowl his final over. And he goes to Muddo. And Muddo picks that one up. And he goes in outfield to Romeo Duncan, who settles his other training partner as well. And he takes the catch. And Muddo goes, trying to up the ante towards the end. It's been a real struggle for the Eastern Caribbean team. They lose another wicket. And I believe that would have been the last hopes of them getting some boundaries on the board. But unfortunately for them, another wicket goes. Jamaica in total control. They should definitely win this one. I don't see the Eastern Caribbean team being able to capitalize in the last few overs. How do you think, Rochi?
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Muddo. He tried to up the ante and was found wanting in the end. I've never really seen him be a boundary hitter, but I will say that that is maybe the most runs I've seen him score in recent times, or at any time. But that brings now to the crease Jamil Buchanan. Interesting, just had a thought, Mahendra Nagamoto, he's in the side for today, is he? And if he is in the team, I would have thought that he would have come to the crease now, the former West Indies leg spinner, but he can hit a few. And he may not be able to get going. But just take a quick peek while we have a little bit of a break here. Let's take a little look at the Eastern Caribbean team if they can find anyone else. So Nagamoto not in the 11 today. He's probably unavailable. Kevin Basil and Cleo Gallimore. That's who's left to come. So not much batting, if any at all, left to come for Eastern Caribbean today. And they'll definitely miss Nagamoto in the bowling. So Eastern Caribbean now, Jamil Buchanan, a former police opening batsman. Not sure if that was because he was good enough or if because he never had anybody else. But we'll see how it goes from here for him.
He's off the mark. Looked to be a player down there. Not sure what happened. Seems to be very serious though. That's the Codner. Davian Codner. He's limping. Wonder if he'll be coming off the field here. Doesn't look too good. Hope he's okay. But Demar bowling very well for Jamaica here. Into his last over. Three deliveries left in over for him. Bowling to Ram Logan. In comes Johnson. Ram Logan, we're looking to do something special here. Soft hands there. They play that one for a single. Not even attempting to run them out. Jamaica knows that singles at this point in time won't hurt them. Demar to Jamie Buchanan. Very good leg spinner. Sure he wants to do something special today. Well, he'll need to. Full delivery. That's past him. And allowed appeal. Not out signal from the umpire. From my angle, it looked like it passed under the bat. But a loud appeal from them. Umpire signal not out. And Demar would be very pleased with his performance so far. I think that he has bowled very well today. It's probably the best he's bowled in a few months. Very talented cricketer, one of my favorite cricketers. Very good with the bat as well. Very good in the field. And he goes to Jamil for his last delivery spell. And Jamil hoiks that one into the air. Where will this one drop? Back with a square, no man's land. They run for two. And that will be the end of Demar Johnson with the ball for today. Very good spell from him. 4 overs, 25 runs, 2 wickets. Miserly stuff from him. Good spell. Eastern Caribbean struggling to find runs here. It's looked to be Codner to continue bowling. He was a fielder that looked to be a bit injured just now. Looked to be get over it. Just a bit shaken up, possibly. Good cricketer as well. Batted beautifully yesterday against the Cayman Islands. Got a wonderful half century. Applied the pressure. Chanceless innings. Him and Raquel. Anything that was loose, they punished. They put a lot of pressure on the bowlers. That was a shortened version of the game. Eastern Caribbean, 90 for 7. 3 overs to go. I'm sure they'll like to get to at least 120. But this track is a good batting track. But pace off the ball has been the way to go. As Ram Logan goes on the back foot, he pulls out the long on. He dips, he turns for two. Jamil taking on Sheldon Crawford's hand, and he makes it safely. That ball hitting the dust area and dying down and staying low, allowing Jamil to get through for the second. Aggressive running from them. Ram Logan, you're going to look to use his experience here. In comes coordinator Ram Logan. Full delivery. And Ram Logan hits that one down the ground a bit straighter. Sheldon Crawford looks to pick up this one. I don't think they should run for two here. Good throw from him. And one run to the score. Two left-handers at the crease. Most left-handers are very strong going to cow corner, mid-wicket area region. But the bowler's not giving them any room to free them hands. I'm sure they would like one of those deliveries now. And there it is, a loopy delivery over cover. And Raquel Walker goes, he picks up that one, and only a single. Good throw to wicketkeeper Foster. One run. This Jamaica unit has been very, very professional today. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the Jamaica team, they've supported well in the outfield today. And they've been assisted by some poor batting by the Eastern Caribbean team, to be fair. This innings has never really gained any sort of momentum. And in a T20 match of this magnitude, it is always very important to try to get some momentum into the innings. And Codner, once again, he's actually rushing the batsman there. He started to run up even before the batsman lifted his head. It is a tactic that he uses from time to time. And he loses again, the head is down. And he's already started his run up. And he comes in again to Ram Logan. Ram Logan chips down the pitch. And he drives that one to extra cover. It's picked up there by the skipper, Paul Manning, who's feeling just on the outside, just on the inside of the circle. And that brings us to the end of over number 18. Just 12 deliveries here now left to go. And 12 balls. Can the Eastern Caribbean team here put up at least 120 or 130 on the board? Maybe a little bit difficult, given the bowling attack of the Jamaica team. But the Eastern Caribbean team, they will not feel that this is enough runs, but they'll have to bowl at what they have, so to speak.
Sure, it's going to be difficult now. Duncan bowling 3 overs up top now. Will return to bowl his last. And I'm pretty sure Mario Edwards will bowl over number 20. So, 2 senior bowlers. Both played for Cayman already. Half wickets for Cayman. Upcoming tournaments next year. But I must say this has been a good end to the cricket season. We don't want to see much more runs in this final. But the cricket in general, the cricket community is buzzing. You know, we have a new president in Alexandru Morris. And since he have taken the reins, a lot of positives around the cricket. Very good to see that everyone's engaged again. You know, shout out to the whole entire board, really and truly. It's a team effort. And I'm sure they'll be still working during the off season. In comes Dunker to Ram Logan. Bowling a slower delivery. That one's a wide delivery. Signaled by umpire Watson. But yes, the board doing a lot of work. I'm sure they'll be doing more to make the start of the season even more spectacular. Kudos to them. What I've done so far is very, very good. Oh, Romeo being stopped there. Dead ball signaled by umpire Watson. Another ICC umpire himself. So 2 senior umpires out there. Not having much work to do today. And in comes Dunker. Ram Logan plays that to the offside through cover to Captain Paul. He's not even going to throw it. Allow them to run the single. And you see the 4 in the circle. They're all hanging back. So not minding the single. So you know that boundaries is what teams tend to go for at the business end of the innings. Slower delivery. Picked up by Jamie Buchanan. Raquel Walker runs around. There should be 2 runs. Comfortable 2 runs. He throws it into keeper Foster, who collects that one low. But comfortable 2 runs for Buchanan. just joining us, this is the final of the Nation Cup tournament here in the Cayman Islands. Final game of the actual cricketing season. Jamaica will be looking to close out the season with a win. Dunker to Jamil, not just that one to a fine leg. Dino McKennis picks that one up. Thoughts and prayers right now with members in the cricket community who have family in Jamaica who just went through that devastating Hurricane Melissa. Thoughts and prayers to everyone, really. Our team has a lot of, our cricket in general here has a lot of Jamaican nationals here. A lot of appeal for that one. Not out given from the umpire. But good to see the efforts. Our president was there giving his helping hand with some relief supplies. So everybody chipping in to bring some kind of support to Jamaica. I'm sure Jamaica playing to win this one for their people back home. Short delivery from Dunker. And the wicketkeeper Foster goes and he collects that one. He short delivered to Ramlog. He tried to hook it. It only went in the air. Didn't come off the pitch. Wicketkeeper Foster running there and collecting that one. And Jamaica definitely favorites to win this one.
Yeah, Ram Logan never really got going there. Didn't really manage to get any momentum into his inning as well. And that brings Kevon Basil to the crease. A score 100 for 8. Just 7 deliveries left in this innings. The Jamaica team, they will be licking their chops at this total, especially given the batting performance that was put on yesterday. But I always say in cricket, it only takes 10 deliveries to get 10 wickets. And definitely going to need 10 wickets to win this one, the Eastern Caribbean team today. They won't be able to bowl out those overs. And one delivery left in this over, and it comes in. That one is full. A full toss there by Dunker. He just hit into the offside for one. And brings us to the end of over number 19. And the score 101 for 8. Just a reminder, you're watching cricket live here at the Jimmy Powell Oval in West Bay, Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands. Home to the world famous 7 Mile Beach. And right now, Jamaica, they're on the beach. Just cruising through this one. Relaxing. And never really put under any pressure in this entire inning. Nobody really got going. All the big hitters, Sanu Sunil, Brian Corbin, Vic Daniram, Motto, Andre Scott, all these guys not able to get much going today. And just a reminder, the presentation will follow directly after this one. The winner's trophy will be handed out along with some individual awards for performances throughout this Nations Cup season. Congratulations to the Greenies team. They won the Elite T20 last week right here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. And this is Edwards to bowl his last one. And that one is pitched up and hit away into the onside by Basil. They're running for 1 run. I thought they would have turned for 2, but they decided against it in the end. Buchanan, he's still there at the crease. He's on 7 from 7 deliveries. He'll see if he can find a boundary somewhere here to add some sort of impetus to this Eastern Caribbean total. But at the moment, it doesn't necessarily look like much will happen here. At one point in time I was saying 180, then I went to 150, then to 120 and 110. And a dot delivery there. Edwards not picking up any wickets today. He would have wanted to pick up some wickets to see if he can have a shout to win that most wickets trophy later. But batsman not giving him anything much today in terms of wickets. So It'll be it'll be interested. So 106. 106 the projected score. That's a really good shot there by Jamil. It should go all the way for 4. Really good shot there by Buchanan. He just came onto the front foot and pressed that one. And a really good shot there by Jamil. It's been a while since we've seen a boundary. Definitely gave the crowd something to cheer for. So that is spectacular. The crowd clapping, cheering that one on. Hasn't been the best innings here by the Eastern Caribbean team. That's another good shot into the onside. Fielder comes around, he picks up 1 run. We're going to be taking a short interval shortly after 3 balls. A good time for you to, after 2 deliveries, my apologies. A good time for you to get a snack, get a drink, and settle down with us for the final inning of the season. Coming live from the JPO. And that one is a hit firmly down the ground as well by Kevon Basel. It takes a bit of fielding there by McInnes. And they come back for 2. And that's very good running there. Basel, he hit that one straight and hard. So, with 1 delivery left to go, the score 109. See if they can hit the last delivery for 6. Or if Edwards is going to pick up a wicket. Probably putting my money on Edwards. And they miss everything. And so does Foster. He misses everything. And a bit of a comedy of errors going on here. Overthrows with the keeper missing. And then taking an extra run. So Buys signaled. And that brings us to the end of the first inning here. Eastern Caribbean managing to get to 111 for 8 after their allotment of 20 overs. And Jamaica, they will be happy with that. Less than a run of ball from the outset to win this one. And we're going to take a small, short break here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. And we'll be back with you after the interval.
And we're back here at the JPO Cricket Oval. Final innings here. Jamaica chasing 112 of 20 overs. The prolific opening pair of Raquel Walker and Davian Codner. Raquel Walker taking first strike. Kevin Basil opening the bowling for Eastern Caribbean. Eastern Caribbean would need to bowl him out to win this. Two fielders out, long on, deep mid wicket. Here comes Kevin Basil for the first delivery. Raquel hugs that one into the onside. Fielder at long on, running around, picking that up. 1 run. This opening pair would look to be very busy. David Cotton on strike. Both batsmen yesterday getting half centuries. Kevin Basil, very experienced bowler. Used to bowl medium pace, but for years now been bowling very, very well with the off breaks. He gave that one a bit of air and driven down to long on to Andre. Picks that one and lobs it back into Kevin. Jamaica here, definitely favorites to win this one. And Raquel slug sweeping that one and taking the inside edge, and it goes for 4. Good chase there from Cleo. Not sure what they're animating about. Outfield running, hard ball. Raquel Walker swinging hard at that one. Taking the inside edge and goes for 4. Guess they're arguing the fielder was out of position. Comes Kevin to Raquel. He loops that one up, and there's no needing or worrying about a fielder there. One bounce into the fence for 4 behind square. A full toss. Raquel Walker capitalizing on that one. Good shot from him, and he's getting going early in this chase. Eastern Caribbean can't afford to bowl any loose deliveries here. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Poor delivery there. Capitalize from Raquel. Here comes Kevin to Raquel to make up for that one. That one hits the pitch, and he plays that one to mid-off, and good single there. Aggressive running from these two. He'll get that with them. End of the over. Productive over already. And 2 boundaries already off of that over, which is only 2 that Eastern Caribbean scored in their power play. Captain Vikram Ram to bowl the second over. No, Jamaica will be looking to get as much of these runs in the power play. Let's see which 2 fielders they have out. Vic has a long on. Ali Eiffel going into place, and you have a deep mid-wicket, Jamian Buchanan. So, Raquel very strong with the slug sweep. Let's look to see what Vic runs in the ball. First ball, short delivery, and he pulls that one straight to Jamie. One bounce him. That was hit very hard. Not sure of these tactics here. Setting a field for a batsman's strength. If he goes outside off stump, these players are good enough to hit it through the outfield for 4. But definitely getting away with that one there. Comes Vic to Davian Cardinal for the first time. Delivers, takes a pace right off of that one. And again, he's bowling outside off some, but there's no protection there. But anyhow, as we move, because Vikram again to Davian Cardinal. He goes in the back when he punches that one to Kevon at cover. Short delivery, and he gets that one behind. Batsman just running from one. Sunil chase that one down, as well as Lewis. Picks up and throws into wicketkeeper Brian Corbin. Good over so far from Vic. I'm sure Raquel will be looking to be the aggressor here. This Eastern Caribbean team, total opposite to Jamaica team. A lot of spinners. And he bowls that one outside off some, but he hits that one straight to Ram Logan. Catching away with that one, Vic. As we see, Lewis goes to the circle. Short delivery. Pushes that one back. Everybody on the ring now, so they run one. And over ball. Good over from Vic. Will be Kevon to continue again, I'm sure. But Jamaica scoring at 7, only requiring 5 runs over to win. They move on to 14 without loss after 2 overs. Like to shout out the production team again. A lot of hard work ensuring that these games are being brought to you all over the world. President Alessandro Morris. They have the camera crew. Ian Morris. Tamar Johnson. My co-commentator, Carter Roach. In comes Kevon now to Raquel. Plays that one down the ground for 4. Lovely off drive. Kevon, he does bowl with a little pace. And using the pace well, he just presses on that one. His offside game has improved dramatically. Very well played by Raquel Walker. I'm sure he's going to look to bring this one home for Jamaica. Lovely off drive from him. Here comes Kevon to Raquel. He plays that one off the back one through the offside. Picked up by Ali for a single. Vaughn to Cardinal. He throws that one up. That one hit hard to Sunil. And if he hits, he was gone. Good backing up there. Good backing up there. Dot delivery still. Very play by Cardinal there. It's that one to deep mid wicket for a single. Jamaica scoring at 7. The required run rate is 5.3. But knowing this Jamaica team, they're going to be looking to be aggressive. Tariq, he's gone. No. Good backing up again from this Eastern Caribbean team. Kevon throws that one outside the off stump. And dot delivery. Into the end of another over. And Jamaica 21 without loss of 3. This game has always been one way from inception. Jamaica being a dominant team, looking to be champions again.
Yeah, Jamaica off to a good start here. 21 from 3 overs. Already more momentum in their inning than any time during the Eastern Caribbean one. And this one is bowled, and that's very well bowled there by Vic Daniram, but still able to take it over. These two batsmen, they're going to remain positive in their running and in their batting. That's the way that they play. Cordner has been in a little bit of form lately, and Walker got a really good score yesterday, one of the better innings I've seen him play. And not much here, just another 90 runs required to win this one. 5.35 and over. And in T20 cricket, that's a pretty easy day at the office. And in comes Danny Ram now. And that one is played easily on the front foot by Cordner. No run there. Picked up by Ram Logan. And in comes Danny Ram now. He's changing the field slightly. And bowling to Cordner. And this one is looped. And that one is cut away by Cordner. A really good shot there. It goes all the way for 4. A little bit too short outside the off stump there and too slow. And hit well by Cordner just in front of backward point there. And definitely a really good shot there by Cordner. Not the line or length that you should be bowling to him, especially given that the field is set not for that. That one played again by Cordner, and no run there. A really good shot there by Cordner, but no run this time around. So Basel now, continuing his bowling to Walker, and this one is pitched up. Very good delivery there. An appeal by Corbin, but no edge there at all. Just a hopeless appeal more than anything else. And in comes Basel again. So Basil, once again, he's continuing from the proposed school end. And that one is hit high by Walker. It goes all the way for six. A really good shot there.
Delivery there from Ram Logan, and Cardinal slug sweeps that one over the corner region for six. Introduction to the bowling attack and a loopy delivery. I mean, the Eastern Caribbean team, a lot of automation out there, but the reality is they don't have enough runs on the board. A cut shot there from Raquel. Antoine Eiffel gives chase there, hauls it back in. 2 runs to the score again. But Raquel Walker, not known for his offside play, he's definitely been working on it. I've seen him training and it's proven very well for him today. Logan to Raquel. Loopy again. Outside off. He dabs that one to short third man. Moto very short there. Dot delivery. Good end to the over. But 10 runs coming from that over. The end of the power play. Jamaica 4-5 without loss. Cruise into victory. Raquel Walker 29 from 19. David Connor 16 from 17. As if they were batting even after they're in his last night. Good to see. Players that will be representing Cayman in the very near future, showing why they should be the ones representing. In comes Alistair Eiffel for his first delivery. And skinny delivery, very well played by Davian, who tucks that one into the offside. This should be a poor throw there, allowing them to get for two. But aggressive running from them. Ali into Codner again. Dead ball. Comes Ali again now to Davian Codner. Full. Lays that one down the ground to Mado. Down to Long On. Picks up that one, throws it back into Ali. Jamaica on the way to victory, needing 64 runs from 13.4 overs at a required run rate of a miserly 4 runs and over. Ali to Raquel again. Dot delivery. Jamaica definitely favorites to win. Raquel Walker looks like he's on a mission from yesterday. In comes Ali again. Full outside off stump. Raquel unable to score there. Whilst he's improved, bowlers feel like they can still exploit that. Comes Ali again to Raquel. And, he misses that one. Goes that one a bit straight and it turns away. And Raquel going for his favorite slug sweep shot. Ali Eiffel up for the competition. I know he has a never say die attitude. He's not going to allow them to just walk home to victory like that. Short delivery on the offside, cut shot. And to feel that point, Captain Vic throws it into Ryan Corbin. And a good over from Eiffel. Just 3 runs from it. Just a reminder that 4 runs over is required for the Jamaica team. And they got off to a good start already. They're 48 without loss. 7 overs complete. Jamil Buchanan now into the attack. He had been bowling up and down. Been going for runs, but importantly, he's been taking up wickets. But his team doesn't have much runs to play for here, so he'll need to be very, very disciplined. But good cricket being played here. Good season. Credit to the groundsman who has produced stellar wickets and nice outfields right through. Here comes Jamil for his first delivery. Short delivery, dragged down, and Codner could only manage, and there'll be overthrows here. No need for that. It was already 1 run. And Kevon going for the run out, but I think the batsman would have made it. Jamil into Codner. Loopy delivery. Codner just works that one into the onside. Didn't go for a power shot, as he knows they're well ahead. And that's the 50th partnership for them. Carrying on in a good form. Comes Jamil into Raquel Walker. Loopy delivery full. Drawing Raquel on the front foot. Dot ball. Jamil to Raquel again. Drags that one down. Turns. Good start from wicketkeeper Brian Corbin. So the required 4 runs has been met. Comes Jamil to Raquel again. Oh, very well bowled, young man. That one turning. Leaving the batsman. Looks to be settling into a good rhythm here. Here he goes again to Raquel. That one flatter and hit hard to sweep on the boundary. Misfield it looks to be. And they get 2. Eastern Caribbean can't afford that. As the score ticks on now, 54 without loss. 1 delivery left in this over. Raquel hits that one straight back. Didn't time it as best as he liked. And it to Ali at long off, sorry. End of the over. And Ali just carried the ball himself as he's going to bowl the next over. Reminder, this is the final here of the Nations Cup. Jamaica versus Eastern Caribbean. Batsman at the crease, Raquel Walker. Davian Codner continue good form from yesterday. Especially batsmen like to find form in big games, and they've continued another partnership of half century or more. And Raquel slugs that one into the corner region for a single. And like to welcome the president of the Cayman Islands Cricket Association to the commentary booth. Alessandro, how are you doing?
Thank you so much, Omar, for the introduction. And what a wonderful day for cricket here in West Bay at Jimmy Powell Oval. Amazing quick single there taken. And Lewis, the man. And yes, Omar, what a wonderful day. Good final so far. We've seen some fantastic batting from the Jamaican team. Raquel Walker and has been in fine form since yesterday. And he's continued his fine run. And also Davian Codner, who started slowly yesterday but picked up the pace and was amazing in the end of the innings towards the back end when it looked like as if Raquel was tiring. He took over and was absolutely superb. And as the shot just pulled to the middle wicket area, they go for 1. And I was saying, Omar, he was in full flight, and as soon as he got in, he hit 2 shots down the ground for 6. And I knew at that point he was well in and obviously seen the ball very well and played a fantastic knock in the end.
Good partnership yesterday. I could tell you about it because I was out there. In comes
Absolutely.
Ali to Codner. He squeezed that one down to the third man reach. And Ali bows a lot of pace on that one. Gets to the boundary. Lewis unable to haul that one back in. 4 runs. Again. As we see this Jamaica score keep mounting up. Easy chase for them so far. They only require 50 more runs.
And these two continue their fine form. Both of them scoring. And from yesterday, the same running between the wickets. So the good thing about this partnership is they're very busy. And they look to put away the bad balls. Outside the off stump, Codner. And again, another single taken, and the ball is inside the 30-yard circle. So this partnership is a very good one in the sense that it has different aspects to it that is important to the sport. Taking quick singles, putting pressure on the field, and then as soon as the pressure is off, you put away the bad balls when they come. At this point, at the point of delivery, all the players are on the 30-yard circle, and these two are very quick, to take those quick singles. So by the time you look at the score, it's 63 without loss after 9.
Yes, if there's anything that I would, definitely commend the Jamaica team on, it's not even so much the boundary hitting. I know they possess a lot of power, but it's in between that, the boundaries. They've run very well, kept their innings going. Times where it was difficult to find boundaries, they don't really soak up a lot of dot balls. So credit to them, deservedly there in the finals. And they've been the better team on show today for sure. And clearly they're walking away with this one.
I could not agree with you more, Omar. I think you've summed it up quite well. The Jamaican team has peaked at the right time, as early in the tournament, on the shorter side there by Jamil. Early in the tournament, they had a few hiccups along the way, and they saved the best for the game yesterday in the semi-final, where they had a comprehensive victory over Cayman. And now today, continuing that fine form, good bowling in the field, good attacking cricket, and then now Raquel and Davian just continuing where they left off yesterday, both looking fine form. And the Jamaica team are well on the way to defending their title, and they're a team that knows how to win a final. So barring any major hiccups from here on, they're looking in a very good position at this place. So I expect Jamaica to push, or at least to try and win this game comprehensively to show their dominance in this particular tournament. However, it's a final, and you never can tell. There's always a twist and a turn.
Short delivery from Jamil. Raquel on the back foot. Hits that one to a wide long off. Picked up from Ali. This pitch is a very, very good pitch for batting. Credit to the groundsman. Again, he's produced some real blinders. A lot of runs being scored. Bowlers being put under pressure. But again, Davian, he heaves that one into the corner region. Wilfie cut it off. No, he doesn't. 4 runs to him. He dives outstretched. Couldn't be able to get a hand on that one. 4 runs to him. Another boundary to the Jamaica team. 4 more runs closer to victory.
And another good shot there by Davian Codner. He picked his gap, and the length was perfect for him to play that slog sweep that he's well known for. And he literally pinpoint accuracy between the two players at long on and mid wicket and find himself another boundary. And this score is on the counter now. They're at 69 with a loss after 9 overs. Another short delivery, and that's hit straight back down the ground. He's got the man, can't get there. Another boundary. So Davian Codner doing exactly what he did yesterday. Started a little bit slow, but now has picked up the pace and is dealing in boundaries. And fantastic to see them. This pair has batted really well. Have now scored over 200 runs between the two of them in 2 days. Fantastic batting again from these two, Omar.
Sure, if they go on to win this without loss, there has to be some kind of record here in the Cayman Islands. Winning a game, a semi-final without losing a wicket, winning a final without losing a wicket. Very good batting from them, showing full array of cricketing shots. Picking their deliveries, picking the times where they're going to attack, picking the deliveries that they're going to rotate the strike off of. Very good batting from them. Davian Codner, as you alluded to, he batted very well yesterday while Raquel was going. And once he got in, he just took the game totally away from the Cayman team, and he's doing the same here.
And I spoke earlier about the fact that the Jamaica team has peaked at the right time. And none so more evident than these two. They're crucial to what we're talking about. Their batting has been dominant, to say the least. And today they're putting on a show here in the finals for this crowd that has gathered here. And we wish we could show you an angle of the Jimmy Powell Oval. And that's out against the run of play here. And he's nicked it. And finally, a breakthrough for Eastern Caribbean. I think that one was into the pitch, and Raquel backed himself to punch that through the offside, and then only was able to put an edge on taken by wicketkeeper Corbin, who is given a send-off, it looks like. However, I think Raquel can walk off feeling pretty good with his work here. He has set up the game nicely for Jamaica to win. So the finals always have a twist and turn, but well played, young man. I think Raquel has batted quite well and deserve his applause as he walks off to a appreciative crowd for his work. 2 days, he's batted quite well, Omar.
I would like to say apology to Raquel Walker. I believe I got you out just now, speaking about a record. And as I spoke about it,
The commentator's curse, but we have to say it like we see it, Omar. I don't think you can really. They were batting superbly, and I think this get wicket is against the run of play. Again, we need to give some credit to Alistair Eiffel. He's a wily old fox. He's been around the blocks a few times, found a national player who plays at the highest level, so he understands what's required here, and he just produced something a little different, seemed to bounce a little bit more than the norm. This is a very good pitch to bat on, and so that was not expected, so I guess the bounce got the better of Raquel in this instance. However, you must say that Raquel has batted quite well, and full credit to Alistair Eiffel for producing something on a very good pitch to bat on.
yes, agreed. But again, this Jamaica team full of power, tactics being used here by Captain Paul Manning. Dunker to the crease, left-hander versus leg spin, knowing that this Eastern Caribbean has two leg spinners in operation right now. He pushes that one into the offside for a single.
And I think
It's interesting to see how Cardinal would play the situation now, given that he's in. Wicket here, get two fresh batsmen to the crease, you'll never know.
I think you've spotted something very important here, Omar. That Captain Paul Manning, who is known for being a tactician, has sent out the left-hander to counter this leg spin attack that has so far has got the breakthrough from Alistair Eiffel. Hit through the cover region. What a beautiful shot that is. Lovely from Davian Codner. It goes into the boundary now for 4. Fantastic batting by this young man. He's been in amazing form. And that shot was absolutely glorious through the cover area. He was in the slot and it floated up a little bit there by Eiffel. And Codner picked his spot and hit that beautifully through the cover.
Glorious shot from him. I love to see those shots through the offside, especially through the cover region. Good shot from him, 4 runs. And Ali to him, he just plays that one softly in the short mid wicket region and picks up a single.
And again, Omar, you see, we spoke about this earlier. The quality of this innings, Davian Codner there sensing an opportunity for a single, and he was through in a flash. He's usually very quick overall as a sprinter. As a matter of fact, he had a nickname called the Quick Feet, was the name given to him by his franchise strikers, New York Strikers team. He got across the ground so quickly, so he is a very fast across the ground. So again, quick single taken, and that's been the hallmark of the innings for Codner and earlier Wickel. They were able to take those quick singles and continue to disrupt this Eastern Caribbean bowling. And today, with now a left-hander on strike, this is even more of a good tactical means by Davian Codner. And there again, you could see Alistair Eiffel not able to get his line right to the left-hander, and this is working very well for Jamaica at this point.
Yes, only required 32 runs from 9.1 overs. Then he goes to Dunker, plays that one softly. And softly into the offside. Interesting, I spot something, Craig. That Cleo is on the field. They dropped Nagamutu for the final. They still opted for the fast bowler to play. He hasn't bowled as yet. So, interesting move. I mean, he's bowled some good outswingers early on. Gets the ball to move. Now the ball a bit older. I don't think bowling him now would make much of a difference now. But, interestingly, they dropped a spinner to play a fast bowler. He hasn't bowled as yet.
Yeah, and I think I will look back on thinking about the fact that Nagamoto is a big-time player as well. And you could use his experience in these scenarios where they're behind the 8 ball, to say the least. Good shot there in the offside by Codner, picked up by Ram Logan, who is in the point region. And as I was saying earlier, Nagamoto would be an experienced player, and in this situation, you sort of want to have those sort of players in your armory. However, today he's watching from the stands, and again a slug sweep into the air is going to the man at deep mid wicket. He takes it. What a lovely catch by the man in deep mid wicket, Modo, and Davian has to go. And I think that one just held back a little bit, and a clever bowling there by Vic, wide off the off stump, slowed it up a little bit and asked Davian to reach. And so he didn't get the bat on it properly, but Davian backed himself to clear the boundary, which he has been doing quite well. Also a fantastic innings from him as well. 42 of 31 delivery. He has been batting extremely well and can hold his head high as he come off in the final. He set the game up for Jamaica, and he is fine run of form, has continued into the final, so he must be quite pleased with his work today, Omar.
Very well batted from the young man again. Set up the game lovely for Jamaica. Both him and Walker pretty much has almost guaranteed this victory, barring a miracle, which I really don't see happening on a batting deck like this. And with the batting left for Jamaica, you still have Captain Paul Manning, the very experienced Dino McKennis. You have Sheldon Crawford out to the crease now to face Vic. Very good play of spin himself. And given the situation, I don't mind the move. No need for a power hitter here. With given a run rate, just needed 3 runs over Paul Manning. Playing a bit safe. You still have aggressor in Romeo Dunk out there. So Paul just playing it very secure now. You still have a short delivery, a long hop, and he goes back on the back foot there. I know DeMar Johnson in the shed, who's probably slated to bat next, would have loved that as a first delivery.
And Omar, his pinpoint accuracy there. The funny thing is that sometimes you just got to be positive all the way. I think to finish off this game, they got DeMar Johnson, who is a very hard-hitting player. And however, Paul Manning, a tactician, you can sense that he is now thinking to play it safe and to go home, take this game home without any further wickets. So Sheldon is at the crease. Good player, however, it looks to be more orthodox kind of a player. And so tactically, we have to assume that he's there to play the foil for Romeo Dunker, who has the ability to take on the attack. And the right-hand, left-hand combination continues.
Yes, we saw the previous delivery of Sheldon just nudging that one. Oh, and he plays an aggressive shot, not called for, and a wicket there. Poor shot selection from Sheldon Crawford. Vic bowling that one wider and slower, and it splices to point. Easy catch for Ram Logan, who's been feeling well. A wicket there goes. Eastern Caribbean getting wickets in quick succession here. Even though 3 runs are over and needed, still runs need to be had. 30 runs required, and they've lost 3 wickets in quick succession.
And Omar, this is what a final is always about. There's always a twist and a turn at some point, and we seem to have got to that point now because Jamaica is in a well-placed position and has lost 3 wickets in very quick succession. Sheldon has to go, unnecessary shot, did not need to force the delivery, and Vic being very smart, taking the pace off the ball, asking Sheldon to reach for it again. So pace off seems to be the trick. However, you would say maybe a little too late. However, this is a twist that we didn't expect, Omar.
Definitely. And in comes the experienced Dino McKennis. And I'm pretty sure they're going to look to try and keep it outside the off stump to him as well, because I can guarantee you that first ball that Sheldon received, he would have dispatched that into the Scholars Park, first ball or not. Dino, been around a while, good cricketer. Remember playing cricket with him growing up. Scores a lot of runs. Good batsman, good to see him still playing the game. But given the situation now, let's see how he handles it. Victor Dino for his first delivery.
And you made a very good point there, Omar. I think that long hop first up was the only bad delivery in the over from Vic, who's finished a fantastic over. He's spelled now 10 runs for 2 wickets off 3 overs. Beautifully bowled, and his cricket knowledge came to fore there. He took pace off the ball and asked the batsman to create the power. And on a good wicket like this, you've got to be clever. it's so flat and so easy to bat on that pace on is going to be dispatched easily. And Vic, recognizing this, Omar slowed it down a lot and asked the batsman to hit. And then the one poor delivery in the over that was the first delivery to Sheldon was patted back down the pitch. And you said it earlier, if there was a more positive player at the pitch, probably would have dispatched that and the over would have been a completely different over.
Especially no pressure there with the run rate. So just got to back yourself in that situation and play positive. And we've seen that who has been playing positive, they've been scoring runs. So it's just a mindset. Sheldon, a good cricketer, but I'm sure he'd like to approach that differently. In comes Kevin Basil, return to the attack. Bowling to Dino with the left hand at the crease. I'm sure that's the reason why they're operating with 2 off spinners. Dino, Dunker pushing that one in the offside. Kevin is not going to give it much air. As we know, Dunker will definitely target the hill, but for him, he's very good on the offside.
I think that the arrival of Dunker to the crease has forced this change. And Alistair Eiffel makes way for Kevin Basil, who is also a very good bowler, but with the left-hander at the crease, his off-spin will be more potent. And so I think that change was forced, getting rid of both leg spinners from the attack. However, Jamaica is in such a good position at this stage of the game. They could afford to play a few overs and not go for it and lose any more wickets and then go look to attack later on.
One thing I do know for sure that Dino McInnes will be looking to attack. As we see that they bring in the fielder a little bit at points. In comes Kevin now to McInnes. Faces second delivery. That one loopy. And into the offside. Dot delivery. Lewis doing the work there. Loose delivery from Kevin, not being punished. And he goes again to Dino McInnes. Very strong down the ground and on the onside.
And Omar, I think those tentative shots is as a result of those 3 wickets that fall in such quick succession. Jamaica looked to be in cruise control with Rickel Walker and Davian Cotton at the crease. And those 3 quick wickets, 2 from Vic, another one is gone. He's giving him. And that's 4 wickets now down. And Jamaica in a spot of bother here. And as I said earlier, there's always a twist and turn. It's a final. And he's bowled him, it seems. I saw the umpire put his finger up, and at the time I thought it was a LBW decision, but we can see the stumps have been broken, Omar.
Yes, definitely. Hit his pad first. Umpire did make up his mind that he would be out LBW, but the ball cannoned into the off stump. He's out bowled. In comes Edwards to the crease now. Very strong batsman. Looks to be aggressive. Likes facing Pimp. Edwards with a different reach from most batsmen. He's not going to be tentative. And Jamaica with a lot of batting to come should get home still. It's still backing them to get home.
And Omar,
however, cricket is still a funny game.
Omar, I must say that as a neutral, this is getting very intense at this point, and this is what a final should be about. Eastern Caribbean are in the final for a reason. They're found some way back into this game and is now making a game of it. And the crowd that has come here, the neutrals, are absolutely buzzing at the moment. Amazing from Eastern Caribbean to pull this game back. 4 wickets in very quick succession. And now this will be a different scenario here for Edwards, because earlier he wouldn't even thought that he would have been needing to bat. And now he has to face up to Kevin, and who is going to be looking to pounce. And that one is into the onside. And again, tentative there by Edwards. The crowd is now fully into this game. And of another good over here by Eastern Caribbean. Only 1 run from it. And a wicket. And you would have to say at this stage, while Jamaica is still in a very good position, Eastern Caribbean are giving it a proper go. And I've been roaring back in the last couple of overs, Omar. This is fantastic for the viewing public. Beautiful to see and beautiful to watch and beautiful to be part of this game here at Jimmy Powell.
This game definitely wanted some excitement. And just as you said in a finals drama is always a spectacle. And we're getting no short of that here. 83 for 4. Those 4 wickets falling in the space of 15 deliveries. I must say that Vikram has been bowling well. He's rung the change as well. Sentinel opportunities. He's in to bowl his last over. He's picked up 2 wickets so far.
I think, Omar, sometimes you want to counter-attack. However, I think that with Vic bowling so well with those 2 wickets, it's probably much better for them to see him off in this over. But knowing Dunker, he might not be thinking that he will go for it if it's there. However, I think it would be sensible to see off the danger man Vic to Vic Daniram, who will be trying everything in this over to get another wicket. Oh, that looks through him, and that's going, maybe doing a bit too much, Omar. That one very close again, looking to be doing too much to go down past the leg stump, and with the angle, the umpire Courtney Young says not out, and Dunker lives to fight another day. And Vic is now hounding in on this Jamaica team outside the off stump. Very tentative Dunker, who survived a square earlier. And 3 balls left, and I'm sure that he's going to change his pace again. Down in the pitch, hit to the cover area. They go for 1. Easy single taken. Easy single taken there, Jamaica. You would think that they need to survive this over. I think the new batsman now facing up to Vic Daniram might be exactly what Vic wants. And this might be an interesting 2 deliveries from Vic Daniram. I think here, very important, if Edwards stays there, he's a key man that can take the game away. However, another wicket here, and Eastern Caribbean will believe that they have a chance. And this could change the game completely, Omar.
Yes, Vic setting the field. If he gets too close, he'll be going out the ground. Well, very well played by Romario.
I think
good
that's
discipline
sensible.
there.
Yes.
Good discipline there. Very sensible. Very sensible. You see, he's slowing the game down. He should be aware that this is Vic's last over. Vic for his last delivery. Ooh, he tries to play a cute late cut there. Just missing the outside edge. I must say, Brian Corbin has kept very well.
Yes, he has, and that's a good point there, Omar, because it's pointless if you're bowling well and the keeper is missing all the deliveries. So good, well taken there by Brian Corbin. I tell you what, the crowd is fully into this game. Lots of oohs and ahs. You can hear it here from even up in the commentary box. And I think that Jamaica are glad to see the back of Vic Daniram. His 4 overs completed, 2 for 11. Fantastic bowling spell from him. Very smart, clever player. Overall is cricket, and today he's turned up in the final to pull his team back into this game. And just the last delivery, almost taking the edge of Edwards, would have been a completely different ball game had that wicket fall. So now the Eiffel is come back into the attack, and I'll tell you what, I watched the semi-final and I saw the reaction of the crowd who thought Jamaica ran away with that game. But today, when Raquel and Codner was going, everybody thought it's the same as it was yesterday. But we have been treated here by some very good bowling there from Daniram and then Basil to pull the Eastern Caribbean team back into this final, Omar. Fantastic for the crowd. They are fully engaged at the moment. Everybody pinned, glued to the field, watching every ball, feeling every ball. And this is what a final is all about.
Telling you, and I'm pretty sure the batsmen out there for Eastern Caribbean might be kicking themselves because I would have loved to see another 20 extra runs. This game would have been much, much more interesting.
And that's a very good point, Omar. I think 20 more runs and this is a completely different reflection. As it stands, there's still 6 overs to be bowled and only 28 runs to get. So barring anything crazy from here on, you would imagine Jamaica just needs to be ticking the score over, not looking to take too much risk unless it's a really bad delivery, and they should get home. However, Eastern Caribbean are obviously making a game of it, and this is very good for the viewing public.
Definitely momentum now with the Eastern Caribbean picking up those wickets. Lots of dot deliveries as he brings in offside field, which is good. They're bringing in an extra field at a 5 in the ring. Not too sure about the tactics he will bowl here. But in comes Ali to Edwards, and Edwards hoiks that one down the ground, and Vic
and he's out.
He takes a catch. He's out. Wow! Momentum change. This is what we came to see. Lovely from the fielding team. Eastern Caribbean wrestling this game back into their hands. What a piece of cricket. He threw it up there. Edwards, he couldn't resist. I almost thought Vic overran it, and he came in and took an excellent catch.
Omar, I must say this is an absolutely superb final that we're experiencing here. I'm so happy to be here at the Jimmy Powell Oval watching this game. It's fantastic to see the tactical cricket that's been played. Fantastic to see a team that is down and out, roaring back. And I mean, 2 minutes ago we said that the game is turning, and here we can fully say that the game has turned. 5 wickets down in a very short space of time, and now Eastern Caribbean are believing that they can pull something off really special here. The danger man, Edwards, is back in the pavilion, and now it's down to Duncan to shepherd the rest of the lower order to a victory here for Jamaica. Even with 28 runs on the board, this Eastern Caribbean team looks like they believe that they're going to be able to pull this off. Fantastic to watch.
Interestingly, the run rate has gone up to 4.9. It's still within reach, but this game is proving to be swung right back into the balance. And here comes Ali now to Foster for his first delivery. Full delivery. Should have driven that one down the ground, but I guess given the situation, there'll be some nerves out there now. Some nerves settling to the Jamaica camp. Let's see. Here comes Ali to him. Goes forward. He blocks that one. Will there be a run out? Pick up from Ram Logan. Good stop from Brian Corbin as a feeler on the bounce, just backing up. Jamil is strolling in. Not in a good position to back up. Ram Logan looks to be down. Hope he's okay. We have a little small break in play here. But definitely nerves there kicking in there. Alessandro, that wasn't a single on.
Yes. I think you spotted it, Omar. That's all nerves. And Foster automatically running off as he touched the ball into the offside. And I think just pure nerves decided to run down the track, and there was absolutely no run on. And Brian Corbin did fantastically well to stop that delivery, because Jamil was on the boundary. He was not alert to the fact that the run out was going to be, he was going to try to run out. So there would have been a run on had the ball passed the keeper. But it seems all well that ends well in the end. And Foster lives to fight another day.
Sometimes in this game, a little break is what you need. I'm sure that this little break may have taken a little bit of momentum from the Eastern Caribbean team. Hope they stay focused, continue to keep in the foot on the gas.
I thought about that, Omar, and when I saw Ram Logan go down, I thought maybe he should just try and get up back quickly, because the momentum is firmly with his team, and you don't want to be breaking when you're on top like this. You want to keep going. Oh, that's hike into the leg side area. Jamil runs around. One bounce to the fielder in the deep. Another chance, half chance. And Alistair Eiffel finishes his 4 overs, 2 for 19. A fantastic last over there by him. And I think Jamaica in a spot of butter, even though only 26 runs to get, Omar.
Cleo Alzenbo's bowler over. Lewis into the attack. In comes Lewis to replace Vic. I guess he's bowling because there's 2 left-handers at the crease. Not opting for Ram Logan, who would bring the ball back in. Want to welcome back another of my co-commentators, Ricardo Roach, Vice President of Cayman Cricket. I'm blessed with royalty here in the commentary booth, the President and the Vice President, just to show you the amount of work that they've been putting in. So it's not only work behind the scenes, a lot of paperwork with ICC, I'm sure, making sure the cricket is run properly, but they're ensuring that the game is being streamed to you all around the world. Short delivery from Lewis, and Foster cuts that one behind point. He dips and he turns for 2, and will he be run out? And ooh, good throw, but 2 runs there taken.
Thanks for that introduction there, Omar, and quite a match. This has turned out to be. Jamaica were cruising at one stage. I just wonder if the Eastern Caribbean team have missed a trick here by bowling. Oh, and that's put down. Goodness gracious me. The Eastern Caribbean, they needed to catch that one. Cleo Gallimore not taking what was an easy catch there. Put down, coming in from long off. And Foster, he lives to fight one more day. That would have definitely put a big dent into the Jamaica try here. But they're gonna have to try something else. Good delivery there by Jermaine once again. Very good delivery. That could have been the game right there. Not much batting left for the Jamaica team. Lots of pressure. Another good delivery there. Punched outside the off stump, and they run through for one. A really good delivery there by Lewis. He would have picked up the wicket of Foster. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do so. And it looks as if Jamaica, just like yesterday with Vic and the Eastern Caribbean team, they got a little bit of reprieve by having a catch dropped.
Good over there from Lewis, creating a chance, not taking. And that catch would have definitely made things even more interesting. To decide now who's going to bowl the next over from the top end. And they're going to bowl Jamil Buchanan. They're going to bowl the leg spinner to the two left-handers. Jamil has a very good googly, a top spinner. But I'm sure that Romeo Dunker will be looking to take on that deep mid-wicket corner region. And you have arguably the best fielder on this team, Mado, Andre. We're just lurking, waiting. If he miss hits, I'm sure he'll be taking that catch. Comes Jamil, takes his mark. I want to thank the sponsors for supporting us throughout the years. All the sponsors for the clubs. Thanks for the fans to come out. Good to see a lot of buzz around the cricket field. Jamil, short delivery and a spliced away. Will they turn for two? Yes, they will. Antoine picks up, he throws it in. Short delivery, and he got away with that one there. Jamil, can he get the senior, more dominant batsman in Romeo Dunker out? Or will Dunker get the better of him? And he goes to Dunker. Short delivery, and he hits that one high, hard, and it clears the boundary. 6 runs. Good shot from Dunker. I knew his hand back and wait on Jamil. Ball turned into the batsman, and he obliges. Short delivery, and he hits it out the ground. 6 runs. I'm sure he's going to take on the rest of this over, get Jamaica much closer to the finish line. They require 14 more runs, but given the matchup, he's not going to stop. In comes Jamil again. And he hits wide outside off stump. Work to do for the field at the point boundary. It gets through him, and it goes for 4. A 6 and a 4. Jamaica only 10 more runs. Good matchup there for Dunker. He's capitalizing on this matchup. After the short delivery, Jamil goes wide outside off stump, and Dunker cuts up ferociously. The fielder at the cover boundary didn't have a chance, albeit he dived. Valiant effort. Went through him for 4. In comes Jamil now to Dunker. I'm sure he's going to go again. Short delivery. Hits that one over the cover region. Short cover. Will they turn for 2? Oh, they go. Will there be a run out here? Wow. They get 2 runs there. Jamil should have threw that one a little bit harder. But 2 runs there. Good over for Jamaica here. The game is pretty much won in this over. Comes Jamil to Dunker. Again, will he finish with a boundary here? He backs away, plays that one off the back foot into the cover region to Kevon. I think 1 delivery left in this over. 14 runs from it so far. And he goes again to Dunker. And Dunker launches that one. He goes after it. The ball splices. Kevon buys it after. Drops in no man's land. 2 more runs to the total. And a productive over for Jamaica. Getting 16 runs from that one. Jamaica only requiring 8 runs from 3 overs. The momentum that had shifted to Eastern Caribbean is totally gone in that over. Eastern Caribbean, Ruin not playing Ram Logan. Again, I'm definitely questioning that. You have the fast bowler, and he hasn't bowled a ball this innings. And he's not a batsman. So very interesting move. I'm sure they'll be wishing they had him bowling now. Lewis now to bowl again. Foster on strike. Romeo Dunker. Again, another one of my training partners, Roach. Doing the business.
Yeah. Dunker, very talented player. Very good player. And it seems as if he is taking this Jamaica team home. No way that over should have really been bowled by Jamil Buchanan at that point. But I guess the captain gambled with Jamil, and it didn't work out for him. Unfortunate, but just 5 runs needed now, and just a matter of time now for Team Jamaica, and they would have won 3 times in a row.
One looped up, over cover by Romeo Dunker, 4 runs. And that's the game. Jamaica winners again, champions again. Eastern Caribbean towards the end try to put up a fight, but they know they're a lot of runs short. This game going into the 18th over. And we have come to the end of a fantastic season. Jamaica winners. Game played in good spirit. And a few people had some niggles, but they're okay other than that. Good win for Jamaica. Good fight from Eastern Caribbean in the end. That's what you want to see. Players shaking hands. Umpires shaking hands. Eastern Caribbean team obviously very disappointed. Jamaica team very jubilant right now. They've won, giving the people back home something to cheer about, given the situation back home. As they shake one another's hands now. Very well played by Romeo Dunker. Carrying the game home. Jamaica was in a spot of bother, but he held his nerve, picked his match up, took 16 runs out of an over, and swung the game right back to Jamaica. I'd like to thank my co-commentator at this time, Cardo, for joining me here in the commentary booth, the vice president, doing a lot of work for Cayman Cricket. Even, as I said, the president wasn't here with us. Work is not done for them. We'll go down for the presentation ceremony shortly. But it's been great. We're back next season. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the presentation ceremony. One love. Stay blessed.